Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you are doing well. This is Sami Abusaad with the Strategic Swing Trader with our routine weekly video to talk about the market, and we'll also talk about some nice swing ideas for next week. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are having a good start to your weekend so far. Market is making new highs here on the year. I did expect it to have topped out right here. It went back up, made new highs. But here's the thing. We are at the almost all-time high, so I'm not really expecting the market to go much beyond. I mean, I'm not even expecting the market to break it. But even if we do break it, I'm not expecting the market to just keep running. I could be wrong. I clearly kind of was wrong here because in fact, I went to cash, right, in my 401k. I expected the market to have topped out. I expected a pullback to the 200 and also the rising 20 on the weekly chart. We didn't even get that. We just got one red bar on the weekly time frame and then back to new highs here. Maybe we see some consolidation, maybe we get a pullback, but I'm not really expecting the market to keep running. That's just me. Time will tell. For now, the market, the bulls definitely are winning. We reaffirmed the uptrend also by making a new high. So an uptrend consists of higher highs and higher lows, and right now that's what we have. We have higher highs, higher lows, right? And just a beautiful uptrend. Again, we're not too far away from the all-time high, and I'm not expecting the market to go up much beyond it. Let's go ahead and take a look at some ideas for Monday at least. I have some nice long ideas for you. AGEN is a nice break, setting up for a nice breakout on the daily chart, but also it's a weekly buy setup. So that's not bad. AGEN. AOBC is this used to be Smith and Wesson, right? And it has a triple bottom on the weekly and the monthly charts. So that's what I like about it is the triple bottom. If you look at the WDC, for example, double bottom worked. If you look at, I think JD, double bottom worked. It doubled. No, maybe not, but it's up 50% at least from the lows. So AOBC is a similar idea, retesting the prior lows, kind of a triple bottom. And then on the daily chart, we have a transition A with a kind of a 1, 2, 3 breakout. The BRS has a transition A breakout. Transition A means, if you look at how stocks move, they move in cycles, in a 4-stage cycle. This is called transition A, when the stock breaks out from a stage 1 consolidation to a stage 2 uptrend. So that's called transition A. At the top here is B, C, and then D. And the cycle repeats. It's not always this clean and clear, right? But that's the idea. So if a stock is in a downtrend, you're going to see the declining 20 above price, and then eventually it will flatten out and we'll have that pop. Some of these rallies are going to go up and never look back. Some of them, the vast majority, they go up for a couple days or so, 3, 4, 5 days, and then they come back down. It all depends on what? What do you think it depends on? It depends on the weekly chart, the next larger time frame. So this is the daily time frame. If we have a rising 20 on the weekly, then it should be sustainable. It should continue higher. If we have a declining 20, then it shouldn't be. So something like that, BRS, I would only be looking to play it for just a couple days. Now, can you make money with a move from, let's say, 272 to 488? You betcha, of course, right? That almost doubled. So you can still make money with a swing trade for who knows how many days. I mean, MAXR, this doesn't look like much, but this made $5,000 for me from here to there, right? For 4,888, I think is what it made. So just, and it doesn't look like much, right? But it went from, $6 to 8, I think, to 789. So the same with the BRS, and actually the same with the. So BRS, transition A, MAXR, transition A. Let's check on the weekly. Does it have a rising 20 on the weekly? No, it doesn't. which means this also would be short-lived, just for a few days, and then as soon as it takes out the prior bar's low, I'll be out. Let me show you one that I think it's called MGDN. No, MDGN. Let's see. What's the symbol? I always forget this symbol. MGYN? I don't think so. MD. I was gonna show you one where maybe EC also would work, where I did it. See this, guys? EC works as well. I was looking for even a better example. When the larger time frames, such as the weekly and the monthly, also look like the daily on the BRS and the MAXR, when you have a rising 20 or a moving average that's curling, right? On the larger time frames, those are the ones that are sustainable, that keep going. So this wasn't a swing trade, but that was in last year, in 2017. This wasn't a swing. This was a core trade, and it doubled, more than doubled. It went from $9 to a high of almost $30 before it pulled back, and now it's actually doing a monthly buy setup, EC. Does that make sense? So if the larger time frames also, let's go back to the BRS. If the larger time frame also looks like this or like this, then you have yourself a nice, then you'd be looking at a core play. A core play means a position trade, a long-term trade. A swing trade could last between, from 1 day overnight to 10 days, sometimes weeks, but a position or a core trade could last months. All right, so this is just a little bit of information that I hope you find useful. CB is a daily buy setup. Like it when a stock base is above the 200 period moving average, and the red line is the 200, the blue is the 20. So that's what we have here, a base above the 200, and then a pullback to the rising 20. So CB is a daily buy setup. MAXR we talked about. OSW is a brand new stock, just a couple weeks old at the most. So it has a battle bar. This is what I call a battle bar. If it breaks above it, it usually has follow through. Makes for a big stop because the entry would be over 1390 something, 1390, stop at 13. So it's kind of a big stop, but that's not bad higher. Another new stock, if you're interested, but it triggered yesterday, to tell you the truth, Lyft. I don't like it when the stock right out of the IPO, right on the first day of the IPO gets sold like this, so that's a bearish sign, but it did chart. And I mentioned yesterday in the room, if anybody wanted to do it, just at the open, over the base, stop under it. So that was the Lyft. I didn't do it because, it's a bearish signal, in my opinion, when the stock gets sold on IPO day. So that's why I didn't do it. But that's another relatively new stock, just 4 or 5 days old, that looks okay higher. So there's the OSW. PTI is a gap, what I call a gap fade. You get a mega gap and then a base, and then you get that transition on the hourly chart. See that breakout that's setting up on the hourly chart? So that's not bad. This reminds me of, so this is PTI. What's Pier 1 Imports? What's the symbol for that? Let me actually Google it real quick. It's PIT or something like this. Pier 1 Imports stock symbol. Let me just Google it. Just want to show you the same exact play that I did, and it doubled. So here it is, PIR. I knew it was PI something, PIR. So it had a big sell-off, a gap, and then a big sell-off, and then that transition. Let me show you. I hope I can go back far enough on the hourly chart. I'll go ahead and add more data. Let's do 100 maybe. That might be an overkill, but let me just show you. It's the same exact setup. So here it is. I think that's it. And then see that nice rounding bottom, and then over the base, stop under it, and it didn't double, it tripled, right? Went from 30, the entry was at 33 cents to over $1, right? I think it even went higher later on, I believe, but I was already out because that reached my target. So yeah, it went to $1, and that was it went higher again to 150, but I wasn't in it at that point. Okay, so the PTI, similar idea. Okay, WTW is also a beautiful transition A. Now WTW, Weight Watchers, I don't like it from a fundamental point of view, but I'm a technician through and through. So I like the setup. I like the setup. It's the same as BRS and MAXR, perhaps a little bit better, especially when you consider the monthly climactic buy setup. The stock went, notice that transition A, by the way, on the monthly right here, back in 2016, it went from $10 to 100, 120 maybe? No, 105, and then back down to 20. So can it have a dead cat bounce to about $30? You betcha. So that's what I'm looking for, just a little bounce to here on the WTW. And then last but not least is the ZIO, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4 breakout. So it already broke out. This would be kind of a secondary entry on it over these two red bars. So a healthy number of long ideas for Monday. I already called the plays for the, let me just see how many I called for the strategic swing traders. So if you're in the program, this is Bitcoin, ignore. If you're in the strategic program, then strategic swing trader program, log into your account and you'll see my calls right now. Okay, I have 5 calls, 5 official plays for Monday. Shorts, we got, here's what we have. We have the banks and the brokers have a sell setups. The bigger the top, right, the bigger the drop. So had already a pretty nice sell-off, Ameritrade, and now has a sell setup. What I don't like about the sell setup is it's coming from a double bottom. That's a double bottom. So it's the more bars at the bottom, the stronger the support. But it also has a nice little sell setup right here. Stop right there, and target would be the prior lows. Ameritrade, BBT also. Oh, I guess I have it here. BBT is a sell setup under that green bar's low, stop above this bar's high. STI, also another bank. SunTrust Banks, short under the stop right there. So 3. I wouldn't do all 3. Pick your favorite if you want to do any of these. Because they're all in the same sector. So I wouldn't do all 3 from the same sector, but those are all sell setups. Another sell setup coming after a gap, which I played as an earnings play, is the CCL. So that's a sell setup also. This is a cruise line, so it's completely different, but it's the same pattern, sell setup. Notice also the large top above, so that's pretty good, declining 20. So that's a sell setup. CLDR is a sell setup plus a 1, 2, 3 on the CLDR. NWBI is another sell setup. Wow, they're all sell setups. Sina sell setup, but Sina rallied a lot. But I love that hourly chart on Sina. See this hourly chart? So short under, stop above. Now all of these ideas, just so we're clear, I'm not making any recommendation to buy or sell. This is just for educational purposes only. You and only you are responsible for your trading results, but I am playing, of these plays, I am going to be taking five plays, 5 trades on Monday. I already have them in the system. They're already posted if you're part of the strategic swing trader. Which ones? I'm sorry, I can't tell you because you have to be a subscriber. If you're interested in becoming a subscriber, check out, there's a link in the description. Check it out. Also, we have earnings season coming up, so I'll be calling the earnings plays for strategic swing traders. I already am calling them on a daily basis, but with the earnings season around the corner, we'll have a lot more. And I'm also looking to do the size. As far as the cryptocurrency market, Bitcoin, as you know, broke out. I'm probably going to do a video just on the cryptocurrencies separately, but Bitcoin already broke out. So if you're in it, great. If you're not, then there's actually another breakout that just triggered like 30 minutes ago or so. I'll show it to you in a minute. But Bitcoin broke out on Tuesday, right? And had a massive rally. I was up all night trading it. And now we have another tiny little breakout here on, let me show you maybe the 4-hour chart I like to use a lot. And here's that breakout. It's not as, it's a little tricky because it's not as big, as long of a base. It's not like months old. It's just a few hours or a couple of days. So long right here, stop right there. It already triggered, but it's not late. You can also look to do it on the next pullback. We are getting a topping tail, so the next pullback. But like I said, I probably should do a separate video on the cryptocurrency market, and so I can go over it in detail. This video is getting a little too long. Again, if you like the video, please be sure to hit the like button. Make sure to, if you have any questions, to reach out, but also check out the links in the description. All right, and I'll talk to you guys next week. I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'm going to be recording a couple more videos, and one on the cryptocurrency market maybe, and then I'll do another video maybe on just the US equities market. So be on the lookout for those. But enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you next week. Take care, everybody.